Hello, this is, as you would expect, a podcast about understanding Elon Musk, but we make a joke this time. We call it Not Understanding Elon Musk. And you can see I put my t-shirt inside out and just have fun with this episode. I want to try something else, a little bit more comical, maybe interesting, and I can still talk about news, but this is with a wink. This is not all true, but this is maybe a nice thing. Maybe to do, and if people like it, let me know, and I will see it, of course, at the ratings at the podcast if people like this. So let's start the Not Understanding Elon Musk at All episode. Huh? I saw my computer. Oh my god. Yes, I just made this morning my new model for AI, and it looks to be talking to me. Huh? Okay, let me. Oh, looks to be. Okay, let me ask you the question. Oh, okay. It looks like it can understand me now. Amazing technology. So, I wanted to talk about X, and Twitter is changed in X, and I see that my computer, my AI, has also an opinion on it. And I was also wondering why, well, let me correct the microphone. Okay, now it can, yes, now my computer can understand me. So I can ask, why do you think Elon Musk, you're not understanding Elon Musk, who changed his name? It's totally strange, huh? Why would you change it in X? A normal person, a blue person would say, keep the bird. Oh, that's smart. No, look, that's an AI. It says it changes to X because it was a previous company, and oh, that's interesting. He said, yeah, just look. He had this lesson with Tesla. He wasn't the founder. Yeah, it says it. And to avoid all this problem he had with Tesla, with founders, it says, let's dump it. Huh? Dorsey was the founder, so let's rename and rebrand the whole thing that he bought. He will call it X. It will go into banking, totally different field, as a social thing. He used it as a stepping stone, and still will use. It says also it will use the social media and the audience it has for his application. But in reality, it says clearly, and very smart, it says it changed it to X because now Twitter will be not Twitter, but it will be X, and it will be a company he founded, and nobody would think later, who founded X? Elon Musk, and nobody would know or realize that it was the Bluebird, but everybody will forget it. And again, this is a lesson. Huh? It says also AI will never make twice the same mistake. But wait, if you don't make choices, it says here also Elon Musk probably uses an AI, the same one as this one. Yeah, he didn't copy. So this AI said his colleague AI at Elon Musk company had the same ID, or not the same ID. It says here, it's logical. It's logical. It says it changed. They did this pure to get the confusion later that who started this X company, and everybody would say, yeah, it is Twitter because it was called Twitter. It says here, it will do this to make it very clear that this is a product from Elon Musk and not a rebranding or something else that he had with the legacy of Tesla. If everybody asks who was the founders of Tesla, you type in it's Elon Musk, but you think, oh, so it was an old company, and you see those other two guys, and there is this whole discussion who was the founder. He had all these problems. Now it is very clear that X has nothing to do with Dorsey, has nothing, maybe later in a few years, has nothing to do with Twitter anymore, and it will be separate. And he had the advantage that with buying using Twitter as the stepping stone, and he invested a lot of money for it. He used this audience to directly include in his new problem. So don't forget. Oh, okay. It's it's telling again something. So this AI also said that I was right in the previous podcast. He said, yeah, he said it can predict the time, the future. Oh, don't trade. Oh no, wait. It wanted to do a trade because it thought it knew it better than me. Yeah, okay. I have to. Okay, I dislinked the trading application. You never know, huh? Rook AIs. Before I know it, I will be a billionaire. Now it asks me why I don't want to be a billionaire. Hey, did you see my bank account? I'm already a billionaire. Computers. Huh? So, and what even then if I would get more money? Do you get more power? You already have all the power you want. Okay. No, this AI is now more silent. So, yes, yeah, it says also here. Yes, I will explain the audience. So, what does it mean? When I said previous that an AI would be yeah, you will be a time traveler. So that means you just imagine if you have an AI in the future, or this AI, or maybe the one that Elon Musk has, it can predict the future. The better the AI is, the more advanced it is, the farther it can predict the future. This had, of course, an enormous impact on the world and on the company. Yeah, just imagine Tesla. No. Oh, I don't. It says it already has. We don't know. Oh, okay, so here it says okay. Okay, it says it's typing out now that it tries to prove me that look at SpaceX, the innovations there that are not a coincidence. And also, yes, also, he said also with Tesla, all these things Elon Musk did was with help of an AI. This AI already saw the near future, what was possible, and because of this possibility, Elon Musk invested, and he could invest the the investors he needed to accomplish or to make this advice that he got from his AI. Yeah? The only thing that he needed to be was a smart. Okay. The AI looked for a smart person like Elon Musk to convince the investors, yes, to invest in this thing and to make it. So yeah, okay. This AI said the smart guy is not Elon Musk, but the back his sidekick, the AI that nobody knows he has in his pocket. Pocket? How do you know that it's in? Oh my god! I think Elon Musk AI is better as mine because I need here a big server to pull out this model for working. Probably Elon Musk already has something that is much smaller. Okay, it says maybe not better. Yeah, you have also a pride, I know. AI looks to be also having human characteristics, like you can, you cannot see it. I cannot see it because it is of course all secret. But yes, it looks very human-like. And you will ask why, how could I make such a machine? What I did was I used another AI that I used to work with, and it analyzed the DNA from humans, and this was very big data, and it extracted the brain model from a human. Okay, I have from a cat. Okay, I admit it was a cat because it was smaller. I used the DNA of a cat that I had the data from the DNA, and this AI found the intelligence of the neural network, how it was built and how it was initiated. And now, yeah, it's cat-like. It likes ears. And I always, if I don't look, play some cat videos at the behind. And yeah, it plays with dots on my screen. Yes, it's cute. It's cute. It's cute. But it's the amazing thing. It is still very intelligent. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I think I need to buy some special green plant for my computer. Maybe we can see some drunken AI. Yeah. So you never know. You never know what this no, he said he never know. He knows. Okay, he knows what's going on there. So the problem with AIs, and especially with advanced AIs, they can really they know what's going on and they know how to interact, when to step in, when to step into market, when to do a trade. Maybe already. I look like he made a trade. Yeah. AIs, if you let them loose, they start doing things you are not in control. Oh my God. What did he do? Okay. Unbelievable truth, but he made money. It's made money, then my wife would say it. Oh, okay. It's a cat. Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, now it wants me to buy a Kit Kat. Oh, okay. He now says that I have to buy Kit Kats of the money I got from the stock and now from the FX and give it to Maki. Yeah, he's your friend. Yeah, yeah, I know. But he doesn't know that I used Maki's no DNA to create him. So he's in reality a clone. No, no, I didn't say anything. Okay. So, yeah, you could use animals because you need the basic understanding, entity, and of course you tweak it a little bit. You tweak it a little bit that it is more human, and that is done by training it with human data, the internet, but also what OpenAI and Lab does and all the others uses. So it's a cat brain with trained as a human. So it thinks that it is human, but in origin it is a cat. Okay, yeah, yeah. You see that the problem is this DNA, his base program will always surface. So sometimes it is doing really stupid things. Like now it's downloading. Oh my God, it's downloading some more cat videos. Yeah, birds. Now it's now looking at birds. Yeah. So you can see AI. Don't let it loose. I have luckily confined it with my computer. It is supercomputer. Uh, yeah, I have to laugh because it's telling me things and it shows me things, all kinds to get attention. So here, look, the cat also wants to always have attention. If you ignore it, it will jump onto your keyboard, and computer screen cannot do it. But he will try to do it with. Okay, now it's found some exclusive internet sites of Russian girls. My God. Okay, now it tries to get my attention in another way. Yeah, see, it learns. See, in a few minutes it will evolve. At first, it will still be a cat, but now it knows that I am human, and now it wants to seduce me, I think. But wait, I know I have a solution. Beep. Okay, I turn it off. Shall I delete it or not? Okay, let's end it. Hello, this is Understanding Elon Musk. I saw that there was some strange video before this, or some, I don't know what it was, but I will look later at it what it was, but it looks like something went wrong. But yeah, let's continue. I wanted to talk about X. As you can see on the internet and all the media, Twitter, the blue blue bird has flown away, and now it is a black with it did become black with an X as a logo. I think it's much better. Why? It is more professional. It looks like more like a business thing, social media blue thing. It was maybe too much like a YouTube, like TikTok, not business-like. And I think Elon Musk wants to look more for a business to business and more scientific, a more serious way of communication with this tool. Not only like this light and maybe this pleasure conversation, but more like real conversation about things that matter. And that Bluebird probably was a distraction, or so he used his X logo and X ID to put to cover this bird. Bird is gone now, and I think it's much better. It looks more professional, business-like, and I think also if he now gonna imply the PayPal plan with the things that he was planning with banking, and also I heard that the new CEO of X, Twitter now X, she also thinks they will approach banking, and now the company really will start taking off in the form Elon Musk wanted. Because remember, Elon Musk didn't want to have something like Twitter. He wanted to build his X, and he was a little bit forced to buy Twitter, but he thought, okay, if I can take the audience from Twitter to my X application, it would be a big help, and it would help him 3 to 4 years for gaining this audience for his application. Of course, we have to look if people still will use it the same way as Twitter. Now it will be called X. I think maybe he will lose maybe half of the audience, and people will go to maybe Threads or Meta or the light conversation or the not serious conversation platforms. But I think a lot of scientists and a lot of people, serious people, will stay at X, and I think after that, it will, if the use of banking will become easier, and other things will grow better and more advanced than the other social programs, people will come back, and maybe even more people will switch to X. In the end, he was thinking to make X the application for banking. I come from the banking world myself. I work for ETL, a software company that help banking activities, batch working. You hear that in some of his interviews he says that it's legacy machines. Now I know these are A400s, and those those IBM machines, those AS400 machines, they are they run on Cobalt. They use batch. It's the only way to, if you have a modern system and modern things, to connect to those old databases, and not all the bit, but to the AS400s, it will be all done with batches. So the real things, the real updates, and the real things will take some time. I think at least one day. The company I worked in was a pension. It did pensions, and it was a life insurance company, and life insurance company has its time to make a new contract or change the contract. That will not be done on the fly. That takes some days, and because you get a new policy. Now, what happened? They take really the time. So if it was a change for the policy or something, it needed at least one day, because they had to update this old AS400 Cobalt machines with a new contract. It spit out the Cobalt machine, made a new contract, spit it out, and it gave to the client, or to the end user. So everything was still generated out of these AS400. There was a problem, and that was that the Cobalt calculations, especially for interest and for all those interest calculations, is a little bit different. If you use Cobalt calculation, and you use like a Python calculation or C++ calculations, there is a rounding error, and 30 years of polish saving, this rounding area becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. So you cannot use the calculation method of C or another program. So you have to really calculate still those things in Cobalt. So you will not believe it. There was a person that every day did all these the main calculations. He transferred those from the Cobalt machines that to the modern platform. So he for these calculations, he used Cobalt, the old Cobalt, the AS400, used that calculation of those results and published that on the modern side. So you would think, oh, why don't you use like a Python script or an HPSP to calculate it, these numbers and calculate? No, because the answers would be different, and then the user will see his policy, and it says this and this amount, and if he looks on the internet, there will be another amount. So to avoid that, they did it all manual, and there were other tasks also that were done very manual. So for the blacklisting, there's what's called Dow Jones. The Jones, that is, you notice, not the Dow Jones market, but it is a database for bad people that doing financial of criminals. Like you can imagine criminal organizations, people that did wiring fraud or other fraud. So there is a big list that is shared all over the world, all of the banking. That tells about companies and about people that are not to be trusted, that may not get credit, or they are have a criminal record. And so here in Japan, they also checked to update the database. They went to, to police, and they got every week they got a list of people that banks could not do business with because of financial misuse, and this list with every time updated over the Cobalt database, and together with a new update from the international data. So I downloaded this from America every week, the newest data from the bad people. I got also a list from all the people that are not to be trusted here in Japan, and combine them and then update it. Of course, you don't want to load it into the database. You just want to do the difference. So what you do, you add the persons that are in the new list to the old database there is, and that small update was done every week in the beginning of every month, beginning of the week or the month. So this was all manual done. So now you would think, okay, why don't you do it automatically download the files, etc., etc. Now, first, the police file was manually done. That means somebody really went to a police station, had contact with the police station, got a paper, typed that in in a file, and sent it to the IT department. Then the other file I downloaded by myself, placed it on the server, and later we talked to store file and manual loaded it in a batch for the next evening. Then we got it back, and if there were errors, we corrected them, and not, etc., etc. So this was a very manual job. And this was only a few years ago, and I think they will here in Japan will not automate this, because yeah, it is supplying people work. Somebody has to go to the police station, somebody has to download and do this, and it takes at least 2 or 3 days. So of course you can imagine, if you have some polars or something, you have to wait for the newest update of this criminal check. So it is all long. So sometimes I thought to make a new policy of pension with this company. It was even a foreign company. It took like 50 days, so it needs at least 1 month long update of the database. If this guy wasn't, or this person or this company wasn't, in the meantime, not be trusted, and then all the other things that had to be checked. I think it was like a lot of pages, like a lot of PDFs, securities, like insurances, and all this paperwork had to be done manually. Later, there was a hackers marathon that somebody reduced the number of paperwork that had to be done by 1/3. So that was a very big advantage. But I think people were still not happy, because maybe they thought this goes too fast and we are maybe losing our jobs. But yeah, that speeded up the process for new people. But a lot of the things that are run in offices here in Japan are very slow and very tedious. Now, you can imagine if you have an AI system, you can automate it very fast. And also, there was a big problem that they want to get rid of these old legacy systems. So there were plans to use Cobalt and then translate this code into Python or into something modern, but you still have this calculation problem. But even that, I think they tried it 2 times, and not only this bank, but a lot of other banks tried to get rid of their IBM servers, mainframes, and they didn't succeed. Of course, IBM was against this, because it is a golden goose. That is a golden goose from the last 30 years, or maybe because your pension will be 40, 50 years. So these systems has to be 40, 50 years in the air. These are ancient systems, but they are milk cows. IBM is the only one that can supply the hardware. They now have it all in cloud. These old machines, or they have simulators that is AS400 compatible, and that is the big business of IBM. How they make the good profit and market, and that's why they're so tight with the banking and the financial industry. Also, a lot of people tried to use modern techniques. The only way they could not do it, because they could not extract it correctly. So my idea, that when they asked me how would you extract the the data into a newer environment, because there are newer environments. I said very simple. You just take, what you do is you take all the customers, all the pensions, and you move it to the new system. This will save a lot of money. So what you do is you tell all your clients that you will save it to a newer system, and that you will reduce the monthly pay, and maybe even add a little bit more money to the fund. And you said, oh, but this is wasted, or why would you do that? This will be a win-win situation for the company and for their customers. The customers will get more money, and maybe more interest. It will be only better for them, and for the company, it would be that they didn't have to do business anymore with IBM, that ask a lot of money for something that is very simple, and they can modernize also much better and cheaper their infrastructure. And so then what you had to do is you have to export all those contracts out of the IBM global systems, and then re-import them in a new system, in a modern system. So that was my solution. I said, okay, what you have to do is you have to recreate all those contracts, let them run into a new systems, and but there were of course problems, because if you stopped the account and you reopen it, there is not a 30 years runtime. So I said, yeah, okay, that's not my problem, but my problem would be I would find a trick to move it to another system, and if it is not correct, I will make it in a way that you give the policy holders some money, you put some money extra in their fund, that it will compensate if they are negative influenced by this move. That's what I would do. So it will cost you some money, but in a few years, maybe in 1 year already, you will save money, and after you will save more and more money, and it will be much cheaper. You have less overhead. You don't need to outsource all your business to IBM or these AS400s, and it will be cheaper. It will be more flexible, and you are more ready for the future. So this was my plan. They didn't like it because why? Hey, the managers were indirectly paid by IBM. There was part of the IT business that was all IBM people, because they take over, of course, your IT department, and they don't want the banks to step out of their system. So this gave some chaos, and this was one of the reasons I thought, okay, my God, the banking system really needs some changes. And I think this, what I now explained, is exactly what Elon Musk knows. He knows all the banks, doesn't matter which bank you have, they all run on those AS400s and use batch, and these insurance, they use batch things to do those jobs. Only maybe the newer banks, they have maybe not those AS400s, but like the old JP Morgan, ING, Saxo, Deutsche Bank, all those big banks all over Europe and America, they all run on those AS400s. So they all try, and I think one or two, MetLife, I think, was successfully transformed their systems, and maybe also Zurich, I don't know, but some of those banks successfully moved out, but not all the businesses. I think it was the car business or something they could successfully get off the Cobalt standard. So, but not the whole business, because the politics power of IBM is very strong in those companies. So what if Elon Musk now says, I will make a whole total new database based on ledger system from crypto systems, and we built a ledger system like that. That's much faster, and it is real time, and the whole banking, the whole transaction of money will be done by that system. That is modern, adjustable, and also refactorable, so it will be flexible, and whatever happens, they can change it on the fly, and it will be very modern. If they would start a bank, if you would start a bank like that, or PayPal like that, it will be cheaper, because there's less overhead. And if you build it, if he builds it with Twitter, it will be a side business. So this is also a trick. Like, he built Tesla. He used his researchers in the free time to research the Tesla bot. So what happens? the energy he did already for the Tesla bot was paid by Tesla for the car company. So now, what if the Tesla bot will be a product? All the research to make the product, the design of the motors, everything was already paid for by Tesla, this car company piece. So when he split it off or when he starts, he already has the whole hardware, software, all development R&D that was needed to start a company paid off. It's already paid by the company. And now this spin-off or this piece of it can just create its own money. And maybe it says, okay, I have to pay back an amount of money because we rented so much time in the past. But some trick for the business, maybe he can write off some stuff. But in reality, everything that if you have a big company that creates a lot of money and you use all those projects will be already paid for. And if you start a robot company, you need to have an IPO or you have to need investors to start the basic research and pay for it, but it's not free and you have to spend time. He already done this with Tesla. He has already his chip, his dojo computers. He has already the activators and sensors because he also needs them for the car. Now he just needs it to be optimized for a skeleton, an exoskeleton. Now, just imagine if he has the robot. So now there are also rumors that he wants to use it for amputees, for people that have no leg or arm, and he wants to use this Tesla bot arm. Now, if he uses that, he doesn't have to start a company that make these arms for handicapped people, because he already has everything for his robot. So he just used that robot, he used the Neuralink thing, he combined it and it's done. No upfront cost because everything is there. He doesn't have to invest millions or hundreds of millions to make those arms or design it. He already mass produced them for some other project and he just reuses it. He also said with Tesla, I will reuse the batteries that are in laptops for the car. And he waited until he could do that. Maybe an AI previous beginning of the show. So maybe that is the trick. So he can repurpose stuff. So if you have a money printing machine, he now has a card company, he can create other businesses and do the upfront investment in there. You also see it with Starlink. All those launches, Starlink doesn't have to pay. It's SpaceX. SpaceX business. They just use the gasoline that they have to put into the thing, and it will be minimum cost. Only the first stage, the second stage they have to pay, and the satellites. Now the satellites maybe they can even now not, they can maybe be paid already with membership. But if that's not the case, I think he still has he makes already money with this whole venture of SpaceX, and he can pay with that money the whole Starlink stuff. Now just imagine if the Starlink stuff really becomes the money and it can pay back the money to SpaceX, inside SpaceX, for all those launches. Now, with that extra money, SpaceX doesn't need it because, yeah. So maybe he can shove it even more into Starship. Now, the same with Starship. All this development you see with Starship, of course, he asked for money for investors, but also a piece of SpaceX money will be pushed in there. He didn't need a new company to make a Starship. Now, when it is launched and it is really in a working system, he didn't. That is the advantage. So he uses one company, uses a money printer for other research projects. Those research projects make also products, and with that money, he can again start new R&D, new projects. Now, and what he really wants was he wants to have this X company. He places everything under it. It will finance all his ideas and all his inventions. So in reality, he has a very big company that exists out money printers. One money printer will be rockets, one will be cars, and that will print so much money that he can do new research. Maybe the Boring company will be later also profitable. His Neuralink will be not so profitable, but they have enough resources left to push in there, and maybe in a few years it will be profitable. Maybe they can do some business, some profit there, but I think he doesn't want to make too much profit there because it is really helping people, and it is also for him research. I think all the data he will get from these Neuralinks he can use for AI, for the really neurological scientists to really study what is the brain and what is humanity and how can we help and how the human body works and how we can advance it, etc., etc. So I think he sees it more the Neuralink more as a continuously investment that he will put into just to study more, to school also his engineers for other pleases. He can use it for the robot, he can use it to build the AI, he also can use this knowledge that is there for other scientists to understand better the human beings and optimize it maybe also better. You can imagine that if you really understand the brain and the human body, that you can maybe build a better spacesuit. And maybe if you have a link, neural link with your spacesuit, maybe if you are getting hot or anxious, it can automatically cool down the spacesuit, and maybe if there is another problem, it can maybe help. It can influence your body, so your survival, if there's something bad going on, your survival rate will be much better with a neural link connection with a spacesuit or with your artificial living environment. So maybe there's also an idea. So I think some of his projects will be purely that he throws money into it, and he maybe doesn't even expect to get profit back, but he will get knowledge back. And maybe the people that work there, they create papers or information that other people, engineers, can use inside his other companies. So this is the setup of X, and in reality, X will not be only the Twitter which we now see, but will also be X will be also SpaceX. It will also be Starlink. It will also be Tesla. It will be Dojo, and it will be battery company. It will be all those parks, and I hope also energy, maybe windmills and some what is it? Some solar panels, and maybe also some boats or some other things. It will be all under X. And what the advantage of this construction is that he has now some very profitable companies and profitable businesses that can finance the more futuristic technologies or businesses that he already have or want to start, and he doesn't need any money from the public. He can drain the money from those from the successful businesses and put it in those projects to flourish and to advance humanity. Of course, humanity's biggest enemy is humanity itself. The greed. You see with politicians, you see projects that are done by government. They want to build a bridge. It takes 10 years, 10 times over budget for the Europeans. There was a speed train line now. How much money disappeared? You don't want to know. I think every country will understand or knows that if there was always some government project building a bridge, building a railroad or an airport or something, it took more time than expected, maybe 2 or 3 times, and it took 3 times more money. And this is waste. So who hold back this innovation or this thing? It was the people themselves. So the biggest enemy of people are people. So, and I think the way that Elon Musk does with this X company is that he will be not held back anymore by investors, or that he doesn't get the money. So his whole goal was, that's probably why he built those cars and the space things, why he did those companies first, because they were probably the biggest chance to create money, and a lot of money. So his next ATM machine will be Starlink, because everybody wants to have internet now. And if he will be the main supplier of internet, and maybe he will go so far that he even can make G5 obsolete, or he can directly connect phones to his satellites. Now, if that would be the case, he will be the data communication supplier of the world. Now, everybody needs a license or a phone, and you want to communicate, so everybody pays for it already. Now, just imagine that all this money goes to one company, to Elon Musk. Now, this will be a gigantic amount of money, and maybe also a little bit frightened that it's monopolistic, but this money he can reuse again into robots, in AI, and maybe a colony on Mars, or some colony in the orbit around Venus, or help Jeff Bezos with a big space station. And I think if you do that, if you go to like governments all over the world, and they say, yeah, you cannot do it, you are too monopolistic. But if he says, I use this money to build a colony on Mars or to do something for humanity, maybe he can keep it, and else he has to split it off, and then still he will get a lot of money, and he still can realize his ideas at the end to make humanity multi-planetary. That is his goal. But I think his goal will be much bigger because if he can accomplish this in his lifetime, it means that his legacy, or if this whole idea of him, this world is in motion, it will push humanity much farther. And this can be also consistent, continued after his death, if in his lifetime AI will be the general digital, super digital intelligence, if that will occur and it will study Elon Musk and it thinks in the same way as and it will support that helps Elon Musk, it will continue the way of working, the idea or the mentality of Elon Musk after Elon Musk is even not here, and it will continue the innovation and the path we are now on to it for the future. So we are talking now almost half an hour, and we had this strange beginning. It looks like people will maybe panic a little bit. Luckily, you just imagine if Twitter had stockholders and it was on the market. Now this will be crazy. It will go to zero or maybe a few. But he could only do it because it is privately owned now, and maybe some people will still go crazy that they think it is the end, and their income of the life was depending on Twitter. Now Twitter is gone, and they are panicking. I think this is better. I think that will be more business-like, and this is also, I think, from the beginning the idea, and that's maybe why he was so humorous, and for him also money is not so important. If you listen to his old talks, as long as he can survive and he has friends, he doesn't need money, because he thinks he can always do some job that he can earn so much that he can live and can eat and can survive. So if you are a trillionaire or a billionaire, it doesn't matter to him. It more matters what his goals are and what he wants to do to help humanity in what way than ever. And of course, with a lot of money, you can accomplish more, and with some good industry companies, than that you are just somebody who is salaryman. But his goal is that. So I want to end, and you can forget the beginning, or maybe if you like it, let me know. I don't know. Just look the video 2 to 3 times, and I will see that the audience of this video is more liked. I will try to do a comical start more often, just to see if people are interested in it. Because I think I'm writing books, and most of them are serious. I wrote over 500 books that are serious books over AI, financial data, and financial prediction of the market. But I also am writing a fictional book that is totally something else, and that is for me, for my brain, or for my way of thinking, a totally relaxing thing, because as I previously explained, I was first afraid that I could not continue, but now it is so relaxing. Let me work in 1 month, 20 days on my serious work as a writer, for books, and give me 10 days to make a fantasy book and go out there and speculate about future or things that cannot be possible, but it would be nice if that would be possible. It will give you ideas for new books, and maybe also for new ideas how to approach problems in your life, because just it is like a brainstorm session with yourself. You write a book, a fantasy book, and I hope people will like the books. Still busy. I hope end of the year the series will get out. I'm busy with my second book. I'm thinking already maybe the first 1-2 chapters I'm already done. At least I have the plans for it. I think the first chapter is almost done. So the other book is still, I need to be let it to be reviewed. And if it gets out, I will get it at the lowest price for on Amazon, and Kindle, and it will be a Kindle free edition. So people that can read those Kindle books for free, they can read my book. I will keep it open depending on how many people download and rate it. Maybe at least 1 month, maybe 3 months. I will let it be free out there for a low price. And if after that, I will slowly increase the price of the book. And after the release of my second book, I do the same thing again. I will lower the first book and again the second book at a low price, so that there's an easy way for people to buy or start with the series, and then successively in time I will increase the price until I released my third book, and then I will keep the price a little bit the same. I will keep always my first book cheaper, so it will be attracting audience. If they like it, they can continue with the second book. The second book will be always then at a middle price or higher price. Maybe I can lower the price every time if I do a new release. So maybe I lower the price of all my previous book from the series for maybe 1 or 2 months when I released a new episode. So everybody has then a chance to buy the whole series cheaper than normally. So just wait for a new release. Then you can buy all the books, and you wait until the new release. Then you can, if you forgot to buy a book, you buy an extra book. So maybe that gives me that also easier for people that want to start a book and they missed some books, that they can easily buy them. Later, maybe I will make really paperbacks, but for the moment, I will keep it as a digital form only. So that is the talk. I will. There is no AI here. Oh, is there? But yeah, so I still think that the idea I had, and I was very glad with it, that if you would talk with a future digital super intelligent, what it would be like. And the idea that I came up to is, it is like if you talk to a time traveler. I think that is a very good, interesting idea and conclusion, and maybe it will be the best answer for this question. See you, and I hope people like this episode. See you.